My dear students, in the last lecture we have studied the noise in single sideband suppressed carrier. In today's lecture we will discuss the noise in double sideband suppressed carrier. Let us discuss. This is the same block diagram that we have used for single sideband noise in single sideband suppressed carrier lecture. The same super heterodyne receiver. I have told you in the last lecture that the block diagram or the super heterodyne receiver remains the same. Only the change occurs in the sum of the blocks. Like here, the change will occur in the IF carrier filter block, because in single sideband the bandwidth was 2 FM. In single sideband the bandwidth of the filter is FM, but here in the double sideband suppressed carrier the bandwidth of the filter is twice of FM. The remaining blocks remains same. You can see that the same diagram. Here we have a carrier filter, then we have a multiplier with a synchronous frequency cos 2 pi fct. This is the same baseband filter, only the change occurs in the frequency response of the carrier filter. In the previous in the SSB single sideband suppressed carrier, only we have the upper sideband, that means only we have this portion. Double sideband suppressed carrier, the filter contains both fc minus fc minus fm minus fc plus fm. Here also fc minus fm and fc plus 2 fm, that means both upper sideband and lower sideband are present in the double sideband suppressed carrier. Now let us calculate the signal to noise ratio of the double sideband suppressed carrier. First, let us see what is the signal power of the double sideband suppressed carrier. In the single sideband suppressed carrier, we have taken the SI of t equal to A cos 2 pi fc plus fmt. This is for USP. If you consider the LSB part, if you take the LSB part for double sideband, it will be A plus cos 2 pi fc minus fmt. Now if you combine these two, this will be for double sideband suppressed carrier. But let us see what is the power here. If you take this type of expression, total expression for double sideband, this type of expression, what is the total power? The power at the upper sideband is a square by 2, and for the upper sideband it is a square by 2, and for the lower sideband it is also a square by 2. So total is a square. For double sideband, the total input power is a square. But we want to make a comparison between single sideband suppressed carrier and double sideband suppressed carrier. What is the effect of noise for both the schemes? For the double sideband suppressed carrier, we have taken A cos 2 pi fc plus fmt. So its power as a square by 2. But if you take this type of expression, then you are getting the input power as a square. So you cannot do a valid comparison, because here the power is a square by 2, but here the power is a square. So to make a valid comparison between these two, we will arrange the equation of double sideband suppressed carrier such way that its input power is also a square by 2. So what should be that expression? if I write the SI of t as root 2a cos 2 pi fct into cos 2 pi fmt, let us see what is the power coming. If you prove that this power is a square by 2, then we will proceed with this equation rather than this equation. Now we will divide 2 and so I am dividing 2 and multiplying 2. So this becomes a by root 2. This is a by root 2. This is 2 cos alpha into cos beta, that is cos alpha plus beta 2 pi fc plus fmt into cos 2 pi fc minus fmt. 2 cos 2 pi fc plus fmt plus cos 2 pi fc minus fmt. Now this becomes a by root 2 cos 2 pi fc plus fmt plus this is whole. So a by root 2 cos 2 pi fc minus fmt. So now we can check the power. Its power is a by root 2 square by 2 plus its power is a by root 2 square by 2, that is a square by 4 plus a square by 4, it is a square by 2. Now you can see that we have taken such a expression for a double sideband suppressed carrier, so that its power is coming as a square by 2, which is same as that of single sideband suppressed carrier. Now the same input has been given in both the cases, so that a valid comparison can be done between single sideband suppressed carrier and double sideband suppressed carrier. What is the effect of noise? Now you can see this is the output we have got S1 of t. This is the input power we have taken. SI of t equal to root 2a cos 2 pi fct into cos 2 pi fmt. Now this input is given to the carrier filter, and the carrier filter has bandwidth of 2 fm, that is minus fc minus fm to minus fc plus fm, so that it will allow these two frequency bands. It will allow these two. One is 2 pi fc plus fm, another is 2 pi fc minus fm. So all the frequency are passed. It means from range of this twice fm is passed by this carrier filter. That is called the S1 of t. Now this S1 of t is multiplied with cos 2 pi fct. Now let us do the mathematical analysis. What happens after multiplying with cos 2 pi fct? Now you have seen S2 of t equal to S1 of t into cos 2 pi fct, and your S1 of t is root 2a cos 2 pi fc plus cos 2 pi fct root 2a cos 2 pi fct into cos 2 pi fmt. This is the S1 of t. Into you have to multiply cos 2 pi fct. Now you have to divide to now this becomes root 2a, this cos 2 pi fct, this cos 2 pi fct, that becomes cos square 2 pi fct into cos 2 pi fmt. Cos square theta is 1 plus cos square theta is 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2 root 2a cos square theta is 1 plus cos 2 theta cos 2 theta 2 pi fct by 2 into cos 2 pi fmt. Now this root 2a by 2 1 plus cos 2 into, or you can write this as 2 pi, this 2 you can take multiply with this fc, So 2 pi into 2 fct into cos 2 pi fmt. Now this becomes a by root 2 into cos 2 pi fmt plus a by root 2 into cos 2 pi 2 fct into cos 2 pi fmt. Now this becomes a by root 2 cos 2 pi fmt. Now you divide 2 and multiply 2. 2 pi 2 fct into cos 2 pi fmt. Now you can apply 2 cos alpha into cos beta. This is a by root 2 cos 2 pi fmt plus a by 2 root 2. 2 cos alpha into cos beta is cos alpha plus beta 2 pi into 2 fc plus fmt plus cos 2 pi 2 fc minus fmt. So now this is the S2 of t. This is the S2 of t. Then we have passed through a baseband filter. The baseband filter has a frequency response minus fm2 plus fm. So only this component will be, only this first part will be filtered out. So output S0 of t becomes a by root 2 cos 2 pi fmt. So this is the output. Now its power is, the output power is, the power of S0 is amplitude square by 2, that is a square by 2 by 2, that is a square by 4. Then we will calculate what is the input power. The input power we have calculated a square by 2. Now output power we have calculated a square by 4. So S0 power S0 or power Si equal to a square by 4 by a square by 2, that is a square by 4 into 2 by a square, it is half. So S0, let us denote it as capital S0 and capital Si equal to S0 by Si equal to half. Let us give this as equation 1. So you have seen that the output has been decreased by 1 by 2. That means output equal to input by 2. You can say, let us give this equation 1. Now we will calculate the noise power. Then we will take the ratio of signal to noise ratio. Now we will calculate the noise power. Now see, this is for noise. You can see at the time the signal was S1 of t, corresponding PHT of noise is Gn1. At the time the signal power is S2 of t, the PHT is Gn of 2. Now the power spectral density at the input of the carrier filter is eta by 2. After the carrier filter it is passed, the same Gn1 remains as eta by 2. You can see Gn1 has power spectral density eta by 2. Now I have told you that the signal, the output power has been halved. S0 is Si of t by 2. The output power has been halved. S0 equal to Si by 2. So similarly the power, the noise power at the output will be halved. That means it was the PHT was eta by 2. Now the output PHT will be eta by 4. That's why its height has been decreased to eta by 4. Now see what happens to it, the side bands. Let us see what happens to the two of the side bands. You can see that for a double sideband suppressed carrier, the power was before the multiplication for a double sideband suppressed carrier, SI of t, the SI of t, the double sideband power was a by root 2. The double sideband before the multiplication, the power was a by root 2. Here the SI of t is root 2a cos 2 pi fc. This one SI of t is root 2a cos 2 pi fct into cos 2 pi fmt. When we have simplified this one, the sideband's amplitude was a by root 2, but the power was the input power, the SI of t has the amplitude of sideband a by root 2. Now after the multiplier, you can see after the multiplication is done, the amplitude has been decreased to a by 2 root 2. Now SI of t has been a by 2 root 2. Now see what is the effect on the power. You can see its power is a by root 2 square by 2, that is a square by 4. Here the power is a by 2 root 2 square by 2, it is a square by 16. You can see when the amplitude has been decreased by half amount, but the power has been decreased by 1 by 4th. This is a square by 4, this is a square by 16. So power has been 1 by 4 times at the two sidebands. So that is the reason the power was the two sidebands, the PhD was eta by 2. Now it will be decreased by 1 by 4th. You can see this is a square by 4 by a square by 16. That means power has been decreased by 1 by 4 times. So this eta by 2 will be 4 times, 1 by 4 times, it is eta by 8. That's why the amplitude has been eta by 8 for the two sidebands, and it is shifted by a frequency of, this was fc, now this has been shifted by 2fc, this is in the right side and 2fc in the left side, and the PhD has been decreased by 1 by 4 times, it becomes eta by 8. Now this is now this S2 of t, this after Gn of 2 we have passed through a baseband filter. Now we have passed through a baseband filter. So the baseband filter output, the Gn2 when passed through a baseband filter, Gn2 when passed through a baseband filter, which portion will be filtered out? This portion, because the band of the baseband filter is minus FM to plus FM. So this portion is filtered out. So now we will calculate the noise power. The noise power is area of this curve. So the height is eta by 4, the height is eta by 4, the height is eta by 4, and the length is twice of FM. If you cancel this 2, it is eta FM by 2. Now we will calculate the signal to noise ratio. From the equation 1, S0 is, if you remember the equation 1, you can see the equation 1, S0 equal to SI by 2. So S0, and from equation 2 noise power is eta FM by 2. Noise power is eta FM by 2. Now divide this to S0 by N0 equal to SI by 2 by eta FM by 2. 2 cancels. SI by eta FM. So this is called the output SNR, output signal to noise ratio, and SI by eta FM. we denote this eta FM as Nm, where Nm is the noise power at the input measured in a frequency band equal to the baseband frequency. Nm is the noise power at the input measured in the frequency band, that means at the baseband frequency. That's why it is eta FM. So this eta FM, we denote this as noise power at the input measured in the baseband frequency. So this is called as input SNR. This we call as input SNR. So we know that the figure of merit gamma is output SNR by input SNR, that is S0 by N0 by Si by Nm equal to 1. So the figure of merit gamma equal to same 1 for double sideband suppressed carrier. So the figure of merit remains the same for single sideband suppressed carrier as well as double sideband suppressed carrier. Thank you.